Okay, so because I'm going to be dealing with these today, we are going to talk about escalation clauses today. Hi, Kayla. I told her she's part of my show now. So I have just some notes because God forbid you make a mistake on the internet in 2023, you're going to be told all about it. So I'm going to try not to screw this up at all. But we deal with escalation clauses a lot right now. I'll tell you that before COVID, I never saw an escalation clause. I'd heard about them, but we just never saw them. What it is I'm going to read it off of here. I know what it is. But an escalation clause commits the buyer to increase their offered price to a specified amount higher than the highest competing offer. And then it's up to a maximum amount. So the cool thing in the main forms is that we have, along with an escalation addendum, I don't think New Hampshire Forms has that, but we also have a summary and instructions, which is really important because there are so many people, so many agents that have never done it before, and there are so many sellers that don't know anything about it either. So this is a great tool to use to help sellers understand. And if you're an agent, it's a great tool so that you understand it as clearly as possible. The thing about escalation addendums or clauses is that they come with a lot of risk. So for buyers, if you put an escalation addendum out there, you are actually telling the seller the maximum amount you're willing to pay for the house. And then you're also, the seller is not obligated to enact that escalation. The seller can come back to you and just counteroffer with your highest price. Or the seller can come back and say, I want highest and best. So you're putting yourself at risk as a buyer using escalation. I know that the benefit of using an escalation is that you're not bidding against yourself, which is great, right? If you go out and bid $500,000 on a $450,000 house and nobody else does, you're essentially bidding against yourself. By using escalation, you're only bidding against the highest offer. So things to keep in mind with escalation is that the offer, so the escalated offer does not have to be identical to the original offer, to the offer that it's being escalated against. See how it gets a little confusing? Try explaining this to sellers who have never done this before when you have 5 competing offers that all have escalations on them. But it does require it to have a closing deadline within the same time frame. It does require the property to be paid for at the closing, so no seller financing or anything like that. And it can't be subject to the sale of the buyer's property unless the offer that it's escalating also has that same contingency. The escalation addendum requires that when an offer is accepted, it is accompanied by an unredacted copy of the other offer. So that's of note. So the other thing to keep in mind here is the financing contingency. If you have a financing contingency on an escalated offer, you put in on our forms, you put in how much money you're going to put down. So it's a percentage of the purchase price, 20% of the purchase price, whatever. But if you're escalated by $50,000, A, are you still able to put down 20%, because that changes your down payment considerably? And then B, what if the property does not appraise? Are you willing to bring cash to the closing to bridge that gap? And these are things that the seller needs to be cognizant of. These are things that the buyer should address in their offer and not let that go back and forth. But these are just some risks with this. If you are interested in learning more about escalation addendums, I can actually send you this, which is it's cool. It's the instructions summary, and then it also walks agents how to do the math. And then this is the actual addendum, and you can see that it has the section right there where you can do the math, which is great until you have 5 or 6 different offers like I do, that some of them have escalation. So that's what I'm going to go back and work on right now before my appointments this afternoon. If you have any questions, feel free. You can shoot me a message right now on Facebook Messenger if that's where you're watching me, or if you're watching me on YouTube, please like this video, and all of my contact information is below. Have a great day. Happy to answer any questions you have.